Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm good. It's Monday.
It is. It is Monday, and it's a Movie Star Monday. Guess who we have today?
Who?
Kevin Downes. And Kevin Downes is in a new movie that's actually opening up this weekend. It's a movie called I Can Only Imagine. And coming up this Friday, we're going to have John and Andy Irwin, the Irwin brothers that produced this movie and many others. Mom's Night Out, Woodlawn, a bunch of other great movies. Going to have both of them, the two brothers, John and Andy Irwin, on the program to talk about this movie. Mercy Me, the lead singer of that, Bart is his name. This is the true story about Bart and his dad and this complete reconciliation they had in their life and a transformation and redemption story. It's a great, great story. We're super excited to be visiting with Kevin coming up later in the program, and he's in that movie, and he's been in a lot of these others as well. So, again, Kevin Downes coming up on this Movie Star Monday. Our quote today from Roger Staubach says, "There are no traffic jams along the extra mile," and that's so true. It seems like when you go the extra mile, you're quite often on your own. So, thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
There are monthly subscriptions for razors and coffee and many other things, but this is the best monthly subscription ever. Ladies, listen up. Odiva has a monthly subscription for your monthly visitor. You know it's going to happen every month, and how many times have you been caught off guard? Odiva will send you a box discreetly each month with the products you want, with plans starting at less than $4 a month. Get a special offer right now at radiosavings.com, helping women prepare for their monthly visitor for less. Try it now at radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Monday. It is March the 12th. Today is National Girl Scout Day. So would that mean today's a good day to have some cookies?
Probably not. It's not good for you.
Oh, come on now. It's also National Plant a Flower Day. It's National, whoever that was that drove by needs a new muffler day. I wonder if they can hear that. Does that sound like an airplane buzzed us?
That was pretty bad.
I don't know if that was a car or if an airplane just buzzed the studio. One or the other. Something's going on. National Plant a Flower Day. National Napping Day as well. So all of that going on. And we've got a lot of fun stuff to get to. So thank you for listening to this Monday edition of the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Sadly, more than 350 million people suffer from depression. Scientifically, your actual brain chemistry levels are affected. Now a breakthrough, safe and natural, non-prescription coffee product has been shown to help. It elevates levels of dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins in the brain, which makes you happier. Just by drinking this special cup of coffee, many reported elevated mood, feeling more connected, having greater energy, clarity, and focus. Try it for yourself at firstcupisfree.com. Get a free sample at firstcupisfree.com.
John and Heidi.
Coming up, we've got your brain on drugs, but first, listen to this. Workers at a daycare in Illinois were arrested for giving kids melatonin-laced gummy bears to help them sleep, wink, wink, sleep better at nap time.
Oh, my gosh.
They knocked them out. So there's some people saying that, and there's other people listening going, did it work? I mean, how much melatonin do I need?
Oh, my gosh.
Don't do it. Bad idea. Bad idea. So they got arrested for it. That's not good. Don't do that.
If that was my kid,
I would be very upset. And a kid, well, why he's so well rested? I don't know what's going on. Yeah, he slept like a log. I mean, a drug-induced log all afternoon. So, yeah, bad idea. Coming up, we do have your brain on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Each day at this time, we talk about people doing dumb things under the influence, but addiction is no laughing matter. If you or someone you know needs help, there's a toll-free number you can call.
1-800-438-0380.
That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline.
1-800-438-0380.
And this is your brain on drugs. This one comes from a Valentine's card. So this is from like last month. But I've got so many drug stories. I mean,
how
I'm
sad
serious.
is that?
Every single day, I have like 3 more to add to the list. Have you seen this list that I have right now?
Oh, yeah.
I copy and paste these and I save them. And people have been sending them to me as well. Thank you for sending them to me. Because, you know, there could be a day when we run out of stories. I doubt it, though, because people like Shannon Shunta Martin, age 32, tried to conceal some crack cocaine and a crack pipe and a Valentine's card by defecating in the back of a police car.
Oh.
Officers were investigating a theft at a local store. During the investigation, a woman was arrested for resisting arrest. After the woman was placed in a police vehicle, she decided to intentionally defecate in her pants to conceal some crack cocaine and a crack pipe and a Valentine's card. I'm not sure why the Valentine's card needed to be concealed, but whatever. In a Facebook post, the police there said this arrest is, quote, scientific proof that drugs will fry your brain, end quote. She was charged with tampering with evidence and possession of a controlled substance. So I have a link to the story if you want to see it. But who really wants to see that? Not good.
You know what they should do to end these crimes? They should totally make those kinds of drugs illegal.
Well, I believe they are.
And that didn't work, huh?
No, it did not work. Hey, this is what happens, though, when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, we've got Tessa Thompson and Melissa Leo and Whoopi Goldberg all working together. Now, you might not recognize some of those names, but Tessa Thompson, she was a star, one of the stars in the movie Thor Ragnarok. Am I saying that right? I'm not a comic book guy. I know Thor. I got that part, the Ragnarok thing or whatever it is. Fraggle Rock. I don't know. It's some kind of rock. Tessa Thompson, she's in that. And also Oscar winner Melissa Leo and then Whoopi Goldberg. They're going to be in a buddy comedy titled Furlough and comes out on the 16th of March. And that's this Friday. So, that is also the same day the movie I Can Only Imagine is coming out. We're going to be visiting with Kevin Downes from that movie later in this program. And since it's big screen, little screen, let's talk about little screen. Fox Broadcast Network is hoping to reduce the number of commercials to just 2 minutes per hour by the year 2020.
Nice.
Can you imagine that? We don't watch a lot of television these days, and it's not, honestly, it doesn't really have so much to do with the commercials because I could care less. I'll watch those. It's not a big deal. I don't mind not watching them when we watch stuff that doesn't have a minute, but we just haven't had the interest. If there's something that's really good, we'll watch that, but I wonder how this will affect things. Do you think people will watch more television if there's fewer commercials?
Well, I don't know. I'm just wondering how they're going to make, are they going to have to
probably
sell
charge
them
more
for a ton?
Yeah, well, maybe that's a good plan, though. I don't know. This has been Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
John and Heidi.
You can go to college without student loans. Do you have a kid in 11th or 12th grade or in college? Let me save you time, energy, and most importantly, your hard-earned money. My name is Matthew Einstein, and I earned my undergraduate degree from the University of Texas and my master's from Prescott College with no loans. And I was an all-around average student. Not only am I a living example, but I have 10 years of proven results, not guesswork. Take my first course for free that walks you through my journey by going to learnwithoutloans.com.
Now your scoop of the day, courtesy of FirstCupIsFree.com. A Malaysian man was thrown off of a flight to Beijing after he got naked on the plane and tried to get into the cockpit. And I bet there's a joke or two that we could use, but we're going to just move on because we don't do that around here. I mean, this is a highbrow show, Heidi. If I had a little horn to honk right there or, some goofy thing to do, that would have been even better. A study by the Treasury Department found that China... their holding of U.S. debt is down by 10%.
Nice.
So it had been growing. Their debt, we were indebted to them. That was getting bigger and bigger. Now it's actually going down, which is nice. A survey by the New York Police Department found that subway flashers have increased by 30% in the last year. You know what a subway flasher
where they
is?
you mean they show themselves?
Yeah, where they flash
expose themselves. Okay.
Yeah. Did you hear about the flasher who was going to retire? He decided to stick it out for another year. Boom, boom.
Oh my gosh! So much for that highbrow show you were talking about.
Oh yeah, that's right. I wish I could take credit for that amazing joke, but that was a friend of mine that he shared that. I thought it was funny. I don't know. I thought that was a weird. Anyway, moving on. A growing number of Amazon users say that Alexa has been emitting a disturbing laugh even when they're not speaking to Alexa. Now, we don't have Alexa. I posted this the other day on our Facebook page when I first got the story. I've got more details on there if you want to read it. It's all on our Facebook page from, I don't
That's
know what day
super
it was.
creepy.
I think that was, when did I get that? I think Thursday, Wednesday, I don't know. It was sometime last week. Anyway, I had this in my notes here, and I wanted to finally get to it. But they say it's kind of like a creepy laugh, or at least a sound that they feel like it's a creepy laugh coming from Alexa. It's like,
Oh, that is so creepy.
yeah, we don't have Alexa. at
I
our
do
house,
not
so-
want Alexa.
Yeah. If other people have one, think about how many times we said Alexa during this broadcast.
Yeah.
It's probably going nuts in their house. Hi, Alexa. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. You can take a nap now, Alexa. I don't know how it works. We don't have one. A survey by Eden Fantasies found the average couple has a little nookie 9 times a month, Heidi. So we got some making up to do.
Are you kidding?
She's my wife, by the way, just so y'all know. We're going to just move on. We're done.
Can we go to 9 times? That'd be freaking
you-
awesome.
would you
9 times a
stop?
month? Is that the standard?
No, that says the average. So. Moody. I don't even know why I brought that up. I shouldn't
You're
have.
blushing.
I know I am. Again, classy program here. We don't talk about those things here. A Moody survey found that the economy added more new jobs than expected in the month of February. So they're saying, hey, we were expecting to add jobs, but we added even more than we thought we were going to add, which is good news. The Arizona University professor who created the doomsday clock, remember that? He's been put on leave because of sexual misconduct. So that's too bad. I just think it's sad that
I don't remember the
people
doomsday
of power.
clock.
Oh yeah, there is a clock that's counting down. That's supposedly when we're all going to die.
Okay, yeah. Well,
now there's
no man is going to know that.
No,
so
now there's
it's
a new
ridiculous.
clock. It's like, this is how much longer you have till you lose your job. Oh hey, look, it's all on zeros. Oh man. Coca-Cola is launching the first alcoholic beverage in their 130-year history. It is a product that's coming out in Japan. It's called Alcopop, ALCO-POP, so like alcohol-pop, Alcopop. Drink is called that. It is a citrusy carbonated beverage. So, I don't know. Interesting to see. I wonder how that's going to go. Another big brand out there is a brand called General Mills. Now they're selling a new brand of macaroni and cheese that claims it can fight climate change.
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding?
That's a pretty lofty claim right there. I don't know. How many boxes do I need to eat before climate change, goes away? I don't know. That's quite a
Is
lofty
it because
claim
of the
there.
packaging, maybe? I
Must
wonder.
be.
Because it's
Either that or-
biodegradable, a little more biodegradable or something.
It's-
Can't be the pasta.
don't know.
How is that going to
I don't know.
Maybe when you
I don't know what it is.
excrete it.
I have no clue. I don't really want to go down that path, so let's just move on. This has been your scoop of the day, courtesy of firstcupisfree.com.
John and Heidi.
Radio really works. That's a pretty bold statement, but it's true. If you advertise on the radio the right way, you'll see results. I've said for years, advertising costs money, but effective advertising makes money. The only difference between spending money and making money is that one word, effective. Let us help you make your advertising more effective. Learn more at RadioReallyWorks.com. We do radio jingles and creative ads to help you get better results with the money you're already spending. Hear examples at RadioReallyWorks.com. That's RadioReallyWorks.com.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Movie Star Mondays continue, and we have Kevin Downes joining us today. And Kevin is in a whole bunch of awesome movies. Courageous, I think, is the first movie that I saw you in, Kevin, but I've also seen you in Woodlawn, Mom's Night Out, and you've got a new movie opening this Friday that I'm super excited about. I Can Only Imagine. Let's talk a little bit about this movie and the inspiration for the movie, I Can Only Imagine.
Yeah, I Can Only Imagine is the song that so many of us have heard, of course, by Mercy Me. And now we have the movie behind the song and the origination story of how this song came to existence. And, of course, it's lead singer Bart Millard of Mercy Me and the relationship he had with his dad and the creation of the band and how God inspired him through his trials to write this amazing song that has inspired and instilled hope and joy into so many people.
And that is such a cool thing. And I love your character. As I had a chance to do a sneak preview, which was awesome. But when we watched the movie, I loved your character. It was kind of like, nah, this is no good. And it was one of the best-selling songs of all time.
No, exactly. Yeah, And how often do we see that where people are just kind of wrong in their assessment or opinion? And but it's really cool kind of to see in Bart's story, because he certainly had some obstacles to overcome. But with God's help, he certainly found a way to do that, and wrote this amazing song that has just touched so many lives.
And that's such a cool thing. Now, how did you get started in the movie industry? I think that would be a fun story to hear, because you've got a bunch of amazing movies under your belt, things that have made a huge impact on many, many, many lives, and especially with all the Christian films that you're doing that are inspiring people. How did you get started in this, Kevin?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Central California, and started out as an actor only, and moved to Los Angeles, and actually, it was through a Bible study there that I met a good buddy of mine, David A.R. White, who's one of the co-founders of PureFlix. And he and I, we got cast in a couple of Christian movies together as the lead roles. And after the second one that we did together, we thought, you know what, we should just go out and produce our own film. And so we actually went out and did that. We did 4 or 5 movies together. And saw the potential, how movies can have an influence on people's lives. And so that kind of spawned my career in being able to create content and that you see now today in theaters. Now, I Can Only Imagine, this is my 3rd film with the Erwin brothers, such a talented brother duo. Mom's Night Out, Woodlawn, and now I Can Only Imagine. And it's really a sweet film, a special film. It might be our best film yet. Stars Dennis Quaid, Trace Adkins, even Cloris Leachman does a little role in it. And of course, newcomer J. Michael Finley, who we found on Broadway doing Les Miserables, plays the role of Bart. He's such an amazing talent, an amazing voice. He's actually a pastor's kid from Missouri, and just has this big booming voice, and really does the essence of Bart really to a T.
And I was amazed to find out that he was the one actually doing the singing in the movie, because in the movies you never know, they could easily just overdub that with Bart, but that was him singing, and it's amazing what a beautiful voice he has.
Yeah, no, it's one of our goals was to find an actor that could sing the role, and he has such an amazing gift. And so we're really blessed to have him in our cast. And so when you see the movie, you'll wonder, was that Bart's voice? No, that's the actor's voice. And he just really captures the essence of Bart really well.
And you had mentioned the Erwin brothers. I'm super excited to announce that we have John and Andy, the Erwin brothers, on the radio program this Friday. So the movie opens Friday. We'll be chatting with them coming up on Friday. Now, you've done 3 films with them. And I know you've been in many, many other films as well, and there's several films that you've kind of put together yourself. One that you and I had a chance to talk about a few years ago, Faith of Our Fathers. Let's talk a little bit about that movie, because that's one that, again, I think when people go and see that, or if nowadays they rent it and watch that movie, it can have a huge impact on people. And talk about where that movie came from.
Yeah, Faith of Our Fathers, was a story. My grandfather served in the military his whole life, and I thought it would be kind of neat to make a movie that just was a love letter to all the veterans out there. And so this is a story that we came across, David White and I came across, and it took us a little while to put it together, but I'm really proud of it, because it's kind of a passion project for me, and we got to see and witness so many veterans that just said thank you. And that was really all the only reason why we did it was just to say, hey, we're saying thank you to you. So you're welcome.
And Stephen Baldwin was in that movie with you, and it was really neat to see the different characters that everybody was playing, and it's amazing to me how different your character is in each movie I've seen you in, and David A.R. White as well, how different his character was in that than it is in maybe God's Not Dead or the different things. So phenomenal acting. It's not just turning a camera on and pretending to be somebody. You guys kind of become the role that you're playing, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's I've had a lot of fun, especially acting in the films with the Erwin brothers, Mom's Night Out and Woodlawn, and even in I Can Only Imagine. I've got a small role, but it's actually one of my favorite scenes in the film. I won't give it away. People will have to go check it out, but really a great film, and make you laugh, make you cry, and at the end of the day, this film gives you this rush of hope that you heard the first time that you ever heard the song I Can Only Imagine. And so It's worth checking out in theaters while it's here.
And it's opening this Friday. And again, Kevin Downes, our guest today. Kevin, thank you again for joining us today.
All right, thanks, John. Good to be here.
Absolutely. Again, Kevin Downes. The movie coming out this Friday is called I Can Only Imagine, and I'm excited to have Andy and John Irwin. They're the gentlemen that put this movie together. We're going to have them on the program this Friday as well. We'll have all the details on our Facebook page, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
In a world that constantly tells you you're not good enough,
12 easy ways to lose weight now.
it's easy to start believing that. I'm Amanda Johnson. I have a new perspective on the self-help genre. My book, Becoming Enough, A Heroine's Journey to the Already Perfect Self, will guide you to find your own happiness. Learn to block out the distractions of what the world thinks and learn to be happy with who you truly are. Becoming Enough, available now on Amazon, or learn more at amandajohnson.tv.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Sigrid the Mighty, a 9th century Norse Earl of Orkney, was killed by an enemy he had beheaded several hours earlier. Let me explain. He had tied the man's head to his horse's saddle, but while riding home, one of the protruding teeth grazed his leg, and then he died from an infection from that. So he was the horseman, but there was a headless man that killed him. How crazy is that?
That is interesting.
And our other fun fact for you, Heidi.
First of all, I just have to say, how cool is that name?
What's that?
That knight's name.
Sergei the Mighty?
Yeah, but it was like all longer than that.
Yeah.
It was all
Sigurd the Mighty, a 9th century Norse Earl of Orkney.
Earl of Orkney.
Yeah. I probably got none of that right,
Norse
by the way.
Earl of Orkney.
I don't know. I'm not claiming that I am a linguist. That's a huge claim. I can barely say linguist. Our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The Dutch village of Geethorn has no roads. Its buildings are connected entirely by canals and footbridges.
You were coming up with some fun words. Geethorn.
Yeah, I know. I decided to go the extra mile today. Thanks for listening to a couple of fun facts, courtesy of LearnWithoutLoans.com.
John and Heidi.
Sadly, more than 350 million people suffer from depression. Scientifically, your actual brain chemistry levels are affected. Now, a breakthrough, safe and natural, non-prescription coffee product has been shown to help. It elevates levels of dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins in the brain, which makes you happier. Just by drinking this special cup of coffee, many reported elevated mood, feeling more connected, having greater energy, clarity, and focus. Try it for yourself at firstcupisfree.com. Get a free sample at firstcupisfree.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the grandiloquent word of the day. Today it's rantipole. What do you think rantipole is, Heidi?
I honestly don't know.
Rantipole. It's an adjective. R-A-N-T-I-P-O-L-E. Rantipole. It is an adjective characterized by a wild, unruly manner or attitude. Also rakish. Also, there could be a noun. A wild, reckless, sometimes quarrelsome person could be a rantipole. Or it could be a verb, to be wild, reckless, or boisterous, to behave like a rantipole. So you could be a rantipole, if I understand that correctly, because it's an adjective, a noun, and a verb.
Yeah, I probably won't be
A rantipole?
using that word ever.
I kind of like it. I like that their little picture. The grandiloquent word people always do nice illustrations, and there's one of a little wild donkey or something knocking stuff down. So I don't know what that is, but he looks quite rantipole, if you ask me. It's our grandiloquent word of the day.
John and Heidi.
You can go to college without student loans. Do you have a kid in 11th or 12th grade or in college? Let me save you time, energy, and most importantly, your hard-earned money. My name is Matthew Einstone, and I earned my undergraduate degree from the University of Texas and my master's from Prescott College with no loans. And I was an all-around average student. Not only am I a living example, but I have 10 years of proven results, not guesswork. Take my first course for free that walks you through my journey by going to LearnWithoutLoans.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by firstcupisfree.com. This comes from Wayland, Michigan, where a mother there tried to save her 16-year-old son who was choking, and she sent a message through Facebook Messenger instead of dialing 911.
What?
She did not know how to do the Heimlich maneuver, apparently didn't have access to a phone, but somehow had internet.
Right?
So she got on Facebook and messaged the fire department in Wayland. Problem was, she was messaging the wrong fire department. She was messaging one in Massachusetts, not in Michigan where she was. Anyway, they were quick thinking, and they realized, oh, hey, she's not in our state. She's over there. So they sprang into action. They got a hold of the right fire department. They got them to the right address, responded, helped the victim, saved his life, all because she sent a message to the wrong fire department in the wrong state, but they got to the right state and the right place. Quick actions on both parts
that's insane.
of the fire department. The boy's alive. So amazing. That story could have ended so poorly. I told it quite poorly, but it is a very amazing story. So thank you to all the first responders. And in this case, second responders, because the first responders were in the wrong state.
Right.
But then the second responders were the, also first responders, which it makes sense if you think it through. This is your weird news brought to you by firstcupisfree.com.
John and Heidi.
Now, your moment of duh, courtesy of LearnWithoutLoans.com. A guy in Florida tried to rob a 7-Eleven by pointing his finger at the cashier instead of a gun.
Have we talked about this guy,
No,
or is
this
this another?
it's a different guy.
Idiot.
He walked into a store with a red shirt covering his face. He approached the clerk and then pointed his finger at the man asking for cash. And the guy said, no. And then he rode off on a bicycle. Rang a bell. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
He said, no.
So
That's
no,
funny.
I'm not giving you any money. Cops are still looking for the guy. He's a really sad dude on a bicycle with a finger.
With no money.
Which, narrows that down to, I don't know, anybody on a bicycle with a finger in Florida. That's probably a lot of people. So there you go. This is your moment of duh, courtesy of LearnWithoutLoans.com.
John and Heidi.
In a world that constantly tells you you're not good enough,
12 easy ways to lose weight now.
it's easy to start believing that. I'm Amanda Johnson. I have a new perspective on the self-help genre. My book, Becoming Enough, A Heroine's Journey to the Already Perfect Self, will guide you to find your own happiness. Learn to block out the distractions of what the world thinks and learn to be happy with who you truly are. Becoming Enough, available now on Amazon, or learn more at amandajohnson.tv.
John and Heidi.
Coming up, we got some good news to get to, but first, a study found that eating yogurt twice per day could reduce your risk of a heart attack. This from the Dannon Institute. Just
Right?
kidding. No, it was the Activa Institute. No, it wasn't any of those things. But I think it's interesting that they say eating yogurt twice a day could reduce your risk of a heart attack. So
I like yogurt fine, but I don't think I'd eat it twice a day.
I could. If somebody came to me and said, hey, if you do this, it's going to add 15 years to your life, guaranteed, I would do it. Now, they're not saying that in the story, so please don't take that from my goofy comment there. But if somebody said, just by doing this, you're going to have a better life, I could do that.
Depending on
I'd choke
what
it down
age
if I
you were
had to.
probably going to die to begin with. Because if you're going to die at 100 years old, do you really want to be 115? I don't.
Sure, why not? If those last 15 years are good years, yeah, I'll take them. Coming up, we've got some good news to get to, and that is on the way. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
Time now for some good news. We like to wrap things up around here with good news, and this good news comes your way courtesy of Odiva, the monthly subscription for Ladies Monthly Visitor. All the details at radiosavings.com. Mike Rowe. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before on the program here, but I love Mike Rowe. I think he's just an awesome dude, and this story happens to have Mike Rowe in it because Mike Rowe, the awesome dude I was talking about earlier, honored an 82-year-old man for making 800,000 wooden toy cars for kids in his spare time. How cool is that? Alton Thatcher spent his last 16 years making over 800,000 tiny wooden car toys for kids all around the world. He operates a nonprofit called Tiny Tim's Foundation for Kids. They've helped distribute a ton of these creations to children in Iraq and Russia, Mexico, Pakistan, Ghana, dozens of other locations. Many of these little cars were given to kids that were in hospitals, like in West Jordan, Utah, where the nonprofit is based. So, as a means of thanking this 82-year-old gentleman for his woodworking, his wonderful woodworking, there we go. Discovery Channel sent Mike Rowe, and they collaborated with the toy maker's family to honor him properly. He is the host of a show called Returning the Favor. I have gotten hooked on this, by the way.
I have seen this show. It's a great show.
I see it on Facebook or something. I don't know where I've seen it. YouTube, maybe? I don't know. It's an online thing. I've not seen it. Maybe it's on Discovery, if that's where... I don't know. But I've seen it on the old interweb. So the show features compassionate individuals in their community, dedicating their lives to helping others. Then, as a way of giving back, the generous role models... Mike Rowe and a whole team of people come in and do something awesome for them. And for this one, Mr. Rowe orchestrated a parade so they could give the toy maker $10,000 for his workshop rent. He's paying rent to do all this free stuff.
Wow.
And they did this big parade, and they had a huge celebration. It's just really neat. I've got a link to the story, and if you watch the video, it comes with a warning. If you watch the video, you're going to get hooked on it too, and you're going to watch all of them, because I binge watched like 12 episodes. I don't know, maybe not that many. 6. It was cool. I was like, wow, I didn't get anything done this weekend. I was going to get some stuff done on a Saturday, and instead I was like, oh, I didn't get anything done. I've got a link to that on our Facebook page. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.